So this is a little ridiculous, but for the way I wanted to get the motor farther back for the water to be able to reach it, and for height up and down, I had to do 2 jack plates. I seen a couple brackets on the market that you could add, but it didn't give me the setback and it didn't give me all the height I wanted. So I went with the manual jack plate that came on the boat when I purchased it, put it back on, and I went with the micro jacker to get the height, and it seems to be working. It's a little odd, unorthodox as far as looks and what most people are doing, but for this setup it seems to be working so far, so we'll see. We had a full load boat yesterday. We had 6 people, 2 coolers loaded down. Everything seemed to work good. I also ran it with just me. I ran it with just 3 people. Seems to be good all the way around, so hopefully we don't see any issues with weight differences in the boat. It seemed to be good yesterday, but this is what it looks like. So something a little different. I'm sure guys have done it before. I haven't seen it in the things I was looking to do, trying to figure out how I was gonna get the height I wanted in the setback without spending a ton of money. This seems to be working really well. That could be one of the other problems too. When you're ordering your Shallowest cavitation plate, they say that there's certain jack plate manufacturers that the way the jack plate's designed, it can interfere with it sometimes. So always check with the manufacturers and see what they recommend and what kind of hull and jack plate your whole setup, and they'll always recommend what they think works because they have the time and experience with people all over running different setups. So same with PowerTech props. I recommend them. I called them, told them what I was looking to do, and they set me up with a perfect prop. That's about it. Enjoy the video. Setup, you can see basically the skeg and the hull. The skeg will sit about an inch and a half higher than the hull does, so when you're running you have better odds of hitting the hull before you do the motor, which is good and bad, but that's just what I'm going for. A lot of rocky areas that I'm running in, a lot of shallow grass areas, so I don't want to tear up the grass. That's, you know, conservation. Try to keep that in mind whenever you're trying to run skinny and do stuff. You're not harming the environment. So far this is the best setup for it. A lot of people do jet foots. That's another way to go. I have no problems with this. Everybody can't believe a prop motor can run like this, but the setup, tunnel design. Next issue would be a low water pickup if you started going any higher than this. But this is working out so far, so we'll keep sending it. biggest thing I seen was it catches the water and keeps the water pressure up for my water pump. Along with jumping on plane a little bit faster, I'm able to stay on plane at slower speeds. So, I mean, altogether, I think it's a plus. It's they don't recommend them for offshore. My boat's strictly inshore, shallow water. That's all I'm doing with it. So I should have no issues. But I guess they don't want you doing anything with deeper water, putting extra pressure on the plate, running the motor down low. So, but I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like, you know, the angle setup wise. Running 2 jack plates, one to get the setback and a couple inches up, and then the other one for full articulation up and down. 6-inch tunnel, allowing it to come and shoot the water all the way back, catching the plate, keeping water pressure, and basically keeping the prop from blowing out. Jumping on plane, shallow water, running it with it all the way up. Cornering, that's another big thing. It gives you a little more stability cornering, and, you know, kind of acts as a rudder. But overall, definitely excited about it. I think it's a good purchase if you're running super shallow and you have your motor as high up as it can go, especially with tunnels and other setups similar. Real easy to install. We did it in probably 30 minutes to an hour. I lost the footage for that when I was trying to download everything. But it was super easy. Everything's self-explanatory, and they have a couple videos out. I was gonna make one, but that didn't happen. Definitely recommend it. Everybody give them a shot. If you know somebody with one, take a ride on their boat. You can kind of see how it acts and go from there.
Look at this.
Let me buckle you in the back. It's cold because I got to go around.
There's one thing on installing the cavitation plate, the shaw wing plate, is on the videos I seen and a couple of things, it didn't mention anything about this little guide piece right here. And if you don't cut before you install it in silicone and do everything you need to do, you won't be able to get this off and on. So when it comes to maintenance for your lower end, pulling stuff apart, they end up taking the whole plate off. So this will save you in the long run, just notching this. That's the one tip that I didn't see, but I did speak with a couple people, so I kind of knew what I was getting into. Always do some research before you purchase stuff and put it on. Saves you in the long run.